everybody, and thank you for continuing to watch Iowa Live this morning. We're talking about being your best you, and we have a wonderful organization maybe you haven't heard of before that has an incredible series that you can be a part of to learn something new here this morning. So, of course, here with Michelle Brown, but have two other lovely ladies joining us in the living room right now. We do have Jennifer Chittenden, who is Executive Director of the Des Moines Downtown Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for being here. And then also Megan Culver, who's with the Palmer Group, but is also on the board of what's happening with LEAP. So let's leap right into it. What in the world? What is LEAP?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked. LEAP is a program designed by the Downtown Chamber. It started in 2015, and we designed it in response to a statewide issue. That issue was that Iowa was ranked last in the nation with regards to women-owned businesses and their economic impact.
Okay.
That's not a women's issue, that's an economic issue. And it was a perfect place for the Downtown Chamber to step in and create some programming to help foster new women business owners, to help existing ones expand. But we've also found through the program that there's a large demand within our corporate audience for women to move up in organizations as well.
So what have we learned since 2015, since this program was
Progress has been made.
Progress has been made. So a lot of success with the state of Iowa. We're not the only organization that has been working against the statistic. A number of us have banded together to bring information to the public, including to men who can be really instrumental in helping us with this issue. And since then, Iowa has moved up that same list to 8th in the nation, tied with Georgia.
Wow. We
That's
were
fabulous.
dead last.
Dead last, and now we're 8th in the nation.
So progress has been made, as you said, Michelle, an incredible thing. So thank you to the Chamber and seeing that need and saying we need to do something about this. So it's called LEAP. It's a leadership education and advancement pipeline, empowering women, really. But we're saying everybody needs to get involved to make this happen.
Absolutely. Yes, everybody needs to be involved. We need more men to attend. When we designed it in a way that everybody, regardless of gender or background, needs to be involved in order for it to work. So we see now that in our audience, while the majority of women, the majority of the audience are women, about 10% of our audience are men, and that's growing, and we'd like to see that continue to grow.
And we're just kind of showing pictures of past events that have happened because you guys put on a series, correct, in order to get this education and this information out to our community.
Right, it's not just a one stop and done type of situation. We start it in March every year, and that's National Women's Month. We continue it with a monthly workshop every month until November. Last year we added in a half-day conference just to really bring forth more initiatives, more people, more ideas. So now it's a 10-part program with 9 workshops and a half-day summit.
Wow. So, and what are some of the hot topics that you realized that you needed?
Many, right?
And we'll talk about the one that's coming up still this week that you can get involved with out there, those of you that are watching. But what are some of the things you found that we really needed to add into our community with that education aspect?
Right, and we survey our attendees and the public on a consistent basis to ask that same question. Some that keep bubbling to the surface every year: work-life balance.
Oh, huge.
How do you do it all right?
Please let me know when that one's happening.
Time management's another one.
Yes.
And one of our most recent workshops, we actually talked about time management and that it's a bit of a myth to think that time can be managed. So we're helping our attendees really cope with different issues that they're facing on a regular basis and to think about them with respect to how they can grow professionally.
Talk about some of the feedback you get from the women that are participating in these and the men in regards to just the difference it is making and the impact by having, you know, this networking and the accessibility to the speakers and so forth, that how it's really helping change things.
You know, I think that was kind of one of the motivators of me joining the council, just to be part of the board and decide what topics are going to be relevant. In speaking with Jason Grahams, is actually the person that introduced me to LEAP and the programming that's offered. So really, as a council, we get together every single month and we go through all the feedback from our members. And you know, probably one of the most prevalent things that I've noticed, and just in conversations with members, month over month, because we do have some time for networking, it's just people talking about all the resources that are available that they were unaware of. So just really highlighting different organizations, different contacts within Des Moines, and really creating that time to network amongst members. We can really be able to build each other up and be a resource for each other. And I think that's been the most impactful thing.
Yeah, because you get to see how a lot of those connections get made and how they progress.
And things continue to grow and build.
That does make a difference.
Let's talk about about this series that is open to everyone, not only members that you were talking about, but everyone is able to come and enjoy this series. And we have another installment that's coming up this Friday, correct?
Yes, correct. So our June topic is implicit bias. A little bit of a tough topic to talk about.
Right.
No one wants to think that they have any bias whatsoever, but implicit bias is that unintentional bias that everyone does have, social conditioning, just what you've seen on a day-to-day basis, that you don't think impacts your decisions but can at a core level. So we have an impressive group of people to talk about this topic and kind of delve a little bit deeper.
Okay. So that's happening this Friday, 8:30. So kind of kickstart your day with some great conversation, some amazing speakers at the Renaissance Hotel. We have the topic there, as you said, and more details can be found at dtchamber.com/leap.html. We'll have that website up for you again if you'd like to get tickets, and you can save a few dollars if you do become a member of LEAP as well. So let's talk about who is going to be discussing and what organizations are they belonging
so we have Rima McCoy, and she's with the Central Iowa Center for Independent Living. We have Daniel Hoffman, who is part of One Iowa, Gilmara Mitchell, and she is part of the Des Moines Public Schools. And then we have Negus Sintokova Inhotep, and he's with Urban Dreams. So just a wide range of speakers representing great organizations through Des Moines, and we'll have some relevant topics for them to discuss. First of all, what is implicit bias and how can we recognize that in ourselves? And then most importantly, how do we overcome that? So how are we playing that out in our day-to-day lives? And when we do recognize that, what can we change about the decisions that we're making so that that's not influenced with each other, both in the workplace and in our own personal lives too.
And it's a good topic, and like you said, a lot. You don't think, I do have that, or and then how that is affecting some of the decisions that we're making, and it'll make us all more aware of what some of those are and what they look like.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Very powerful topic. But it's one of those, if we're creating a business or being involved in a business or just our day-to-day, it's something that we need to, I would think, realize, and we're trying to be more upfront about all of that. But why was this important? Why did we need to put this on the table for the LEAP series?
Well, it is part of our professional growth, and since these are unconscious biases, they sometimes create obstacles for us that we're not aware of. And so part of the LEAP program is for the women and men who are attending, how can we remove those obstacles that are getting in their way of progress? And so that's what we hope to explore Friday, is what can you do about this that's going to help you elevate yourself and others around you.
Okay.
Wonderful. If people have never been part of the series before, what can they experience when they're coming out Friday, 8:30, besides just hearing some incredible speakers that day? To kind of take us through the program and what that looks like.
Sure. From an agenda standpoint, we actually start off with some breakfast and networking, so arrive early at 8 o'clock to take advantage of that.
Perfect.
We'll do some acknowledgments. Megan is one of our sponsors with Palmer Group. They sponsor our resource table.
Yes.
And so you can have some time to take advantage of those resources that she talked about as well earlier. We will start the program at 8:30, and be prepared to be inspired. Bring a notebook with you, bring a friend with you so you can have that conversation. We'll conclude by 9 o'clock, and call it good from there.
And I like to, these types of things they're an investment in ourselves. And that's what we do, and then you want to get the most out of that investment of time and taking the notes and all of that, meeting the people.
Well, we've seen progress being made. Let's continue that progress forward. Men and women alike, be part of the LEAP series. If people want more details, because it sounds like you are ever growing within yourselves as well with this program, if they want to be a part of another series or the half day that you do, what's the best way to find out all those details?
Sure. Go to dtchamber.com. We have a list of all of our different signature events and opportunities for members and the general public to be involved with the Downtown Chamber.
And you have a couple of different levels of involvement. If you can't make all of them, you can kind of come to them on an individual basis, or you can kind of sign up and be part of the entire series. And you had mentioned earlier about how those seats are transferable.
They are.
Nice.
That's one of the best benefits,
Yes.
I think, is you can sign up for the whole series at the beginning of the series, or you can just pick workshop by workshop. We also talked about we offer morning and lunch. So one program will be morning, the next month will be lunch. So there's alternating schedules to accommodate a variety of individuals with different needs.
Schedules and needs and everything like that.
Yes.
Love it. Ladies, thank you so much for everything you're doing for our community, obviously leaping us into future opportunities.
It's making a
an amazing
difference.
program.
Thank
And
you.
obviously
Thank you.
making a
Appreciate
difference.
it.
Thank you. Being a better you. We love talking about that here on Iowa Live this morning. Please check them out and all the wonderful things that our Downtown Chamber is doing on a regular basis. You're watching